With the Black Lives Movement heating up again after a string of attacks by police officers on African Americans, Mexicans are all like, maybe these cages aren't so bad. This is the Social Minute. Good evening, I'm Deece Casillas. The first manned rocket was launched into space this week, a joint effort between NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX, named the Dragon Shuttle. It should link up with the International Space Station in about 19 hours. But I think it's pretty telling times about the direction our world's going in. When we're all down here squabbling over petty things, the smartest man in the world is trying to get off this rock as quickly as possible. The social media platform Twitter recently released fact-checking links after Donald Trump tweeted some misinformation about voter suppression during the next election. In response, Trump has drafted an executive order to stifle free speech and fact-checking links on social media. You know when a kid wants to play you in a video game so you just don't plug in his controller and he's too dumb to notice? Let's do that with Trump and just give him an old BlackBerry that's not actually connected to the internet. In another tragic victim of the coronavirus, Key West had to cancel their annual Ernest Hemingway Lookalike contest. The three-night competition typically attracts more than 100 burly, bearded contestants from the US and international locations. Great! Now this perfect Ernest Hemingway costume has gone to waste. And now, the moral of the week. There's a bird in Spain that feeds exclusively on bone marrow and then bathes in the blood of its enemies to make its feathers red. So anytime you're having a particularly hard day, just remember, your God had options and chose to make you into the wuss you are. With unemployment at an all-time high in the country, Washington State recently hit a new obstacle as Nigerian hackers stole millions of dollars of unemployment funds.
It's believed at least some of the theft came from Nigeria, targeting Washington State that claims one of the nation's most generous benefit programs and was one of the first to start providing cash.
So if you get an email from a Nigerian prince saying he has $100,000 for you, he may actually have it. And over in eastern Washington, meteorologists are predicting a 2% chance of a tornado on that side of the state. So be sure to shelter in place, because that's like 3 times the odds of you getting the coronavirus. The good news is, those high winds will probably blow over all the 5G towers that were causing coronavirus in the first place. 6 Spokane, Washington police officers were also quarantined recently after coming in contact with a suspect who had coronavirus. And I'm so glad we're all much safer now that those 6 cops are off the streets. Protests and riots have broken out across the country after Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd. Another incident of unrelenting police brutality that doesn't seem to stop in America, but this most recent incident has the nation torn on whether this aggression and riots is really necessary. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Like, remember the last time Americans were being treated unjustly and unfairly by their tyrannical government, and then the Revolutionary War was won through peaceful protest? Yeah, neither do I. For the Social Minute, I've been Deece Casillas. Good night, folks.